I am one of the co-presidents. I'm a junior in the College of Arts and Sciences studying, I'm double majoring in biology and statistics. First of all, I'd like to echo Victoria's welcome. We're so excited to have students back on campus, or even if you're attending from home, we're excited to get you involved in our activities and get you involved in Cornell Undergraduate Research Community. So first of all, what is CURB? What is our goal? What is our mission? So I'd like to say that CURB helps you with every single step of the undergraduate research process, whether that's getting into a lab, whether that's presenting your research, whether that's helping you get into graduate school after the fact. We're here to help you throughout that entire process, and later on you'll hear a little bit more about each committee and what exactly they do to help in this process of research, as well as ways to get involved if you're interested in getting involved. Cool, so the first question I know everyone is dying to ask is, how will research work this semester? We'd like to address this right off the bat and discuss what the university guidelines have said in regards to undergraduate research. So, based on our information from the Director of Research, basically what Cornell is doing is allowing research to continue on campus. However, it is up to the discretion of each professor or lab faculty member to decide whether they want to admit new students or even allow students who are already in labs to return back to the lab. All labs now have to operate at 30 to 50% in capacity, and all students must be written onto an official report for that lab. That being said, it will be difficult to get research opportunities, but we're here to help you with that. So I'm going to shift it over to Nick, our other co-president, to talk a little bit more about that.
Hi everyone, I'm Nick, the other co-president, rising senior, chemistry, biology, double major. I do molecular biology research. So yeah, just to add on to that, how can you get into research, learn more about what you're interested in? So CURB has a number of programs that we've been running, continue to provide during the semester to help you figure out what your interests are, provide guidance as you look for a research lab that's a good fit for you and will be willing to take you at this time, as well as opportunities to hear from and talk with professors and grad students to learn more about the research that's going on here, as a chance to network and see all the great work that's happening. So yeah, pretty soon we'll let each of the committees take it away, and they'll talk about all the ways that you can get involved very soon.
Awesome. So one last thing is we're going to drop all of our ways to connect with us, whether it's our Instagram, Facebook, any of our socials. We also have a website and a YouTube channel where this information session will be posted, as well as other information or other events that we will be having throughout this semester posted there. So more information about that to come soon. So it's just been dropped in the chat. Cool. So we will push it over to our committees now, and we'll first start with the Peer Mentorship Committee, which is headed by our wonderful Victoria. So we'll start there.
All right, thank you. I'm back, guys. So we're going to get started with the Peer Mentorship Program. This is the one committee in CURB that's really focused on ensuring that we have undergraduate students, so freshmen, sophomore, transfer students, but really can be anyone who wants to find a long-term research position on campus. And so I have to emphasize here, this applies to all fields: social sciences, STEM, humanities. We try to be extremely unbiased with our program as to how to find research positions, and we encourage all people who are interested in architecture, ILR, business, any type of field to apply and be part of it. So it's called the Peer Mentorship Program. So it is a student-run program, and how do our peers help you? We help you in about 2 ways. The first is by pairing you, if you're a mentee and you want to find research, you would be admitted to the program as a mentee, and we match you with a mentor. So another undergraduate student at Cornell, typically an upperclassman, who is already working in a lab at Cornell in your field of interest. So this is a way for you to get personalized advice and more insight into how this person got his or her respective research position at Cornell. And you would typically meet with them once a week or once every 2 weeks to really get that insight. And honestly, you can reach out to them as many times as you want throughout the semester, but as soon as you have that pairing, that's your connection to really understanding how to get a research position in that particular field. It's very different if you're if you want to do history research versus bio research. So it's really important to have that connection. And then the other way we help you is I, as a co-chair, and our other co-chair, and then our other e-board member, Phil, we will provide you with workshops and presentations every week. So how to build resumes and CVs, how to nail your interview, how to even cold email appropriately to any professors or grad students, how to find research through office hours, all these very unique ways to find research. We have an abundance of information for you. And so we really encourage you to take advantage of that. And then finally, what we're doing this semester is we are planning on having virtual group meetings. So what we used to do in previous semesters are lab tours where you could sign up and have, follow a mentor around their lab and see more about the facilities and what type of research you're doing. But because of COVID, what we're doing instead is actually something a little more special where you actually get to join into the group meetings of each lab or research group. Typically, these groups or labs meet once a week to share their upcoming results or the results that they've been obtaining from the previous week or since the previous week. And you'll be able to actually see the science or the research behind what each of the grad students and the professors or the PIs, principal investigators, are doing. So that's just to see if you even like the type of research that you're doing. It's not just about the facilities. So that's a really special program. And then finally, with our recruitment process, it's very straightforward. Mentees, if you want to get involved in research, all you have to do is fill out the application form. Our application will be released this coming Monday. What you can do is just fill out the form and show that you have an interest for research and can communicate that interest. That's really all you need to do. If you want to become a mentor and you're already in a lab at Cornell, or once you want to reach that stage, or you've become a mentee first semester and now you're ready to take that next step in Kerb, what you can do is you just fill out the mentor application form. This is available every fall and every spring. We recruit every semester. And it'll also be released this coming Monday. And then you also have an interview. So this is a really great way for us to understand your passion for mentoring and how you're able to solve problems when you have a bunch of different mentees and you need to figure out how to adjust to each of those optimal learning environments for them. And then our goals for this year. So with a virtual format, we're going to be meeting every Monday and Wednesday from 4:30 to 5:30 with either a presentation or a workshop. And if you live in like Asia, for example, and you can't do that, we will record the sessions for you, of course, and we will send them to those people individually. We want to keep expanding through recruitment and increase diversity across all fields. And it's really important for us to make sure that there's a diverse set of experiences for our program, because that's really what makes this opportunity so rich for people. And then our final goal is to just have an anonymous semesterly feedback system, so getting qualitative and quantitative data about how the program is going from beginning to end of the semester, because at the end of the day, this program is supposed to help you. This is a program to help you find a research position and the best fit for you. So that's our goal, and that's all we're here to do. This isn't about ourselves. So to hear from you guys in an anonymous way would be a great goal of ours, and we're excited to do that this semester. So thank you guys so much for taking a listen. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask in the Q&A or in any of our socials later on. So thank you.
Great, so now we will have our Kerb Connects chair, Victoria, also named Victoria, present on Kerb Connects.
Hi, I am also Victoria, and I'll be talking about the Kerb Connect Committee. So Kerb Connect provides students with an opportunity to connect with professors in their area of interest and to learn more about research in their field. Around 2 Kerb Connect events are held per month, and each one has its own topic ranging from fields such as biology to machine learning to chemistry to history to physics to environment and sustainability and many more. There are around 2 professors from a certain field at each event who talk about their field and their research, and students can interact with them and ask them questions. So some of our goals for this upcoming year: first of all, we want to have around 2 events per month that allow students to really engage with professors in their area of interest and learn more about research in that field. Also, this is the first time that we're going to have this event in an online format, and so we're hoping to have a smooth transition to online and to keep all of the events engaging and interesting and educational for the attendees. We also want to increase the breadth of topics and fields covered by dinner series events to include more of the humanities and a lot of different fields in these events. We also want to increase the number of events per semester from what it was in previous years. And specifically this year, we want to make sure that we're really helping students find and partake in research remotely if that's something that they want to do. And in terms of recruitment, so we are looking for people who are, of course, interested in research. And just to clarify, this doesn't mean that you need to already have research experience under your belt. We totally understand that not everyone has done that yet, but just looking for people who are interested in research and want to delve into that world. And we're also looking for people who want to be involved in the Cornell community, want to be involved in the research community, who are organized for event planning, accountable, will meet deadlines, creative, want to come up with new ideas, and most of all, people who are just excited about the goal of Kerb Connect and about Kerb's mission as a whole. And we will be taking about 2 or 3 new people for the committee this year. And so, yeah, so that's Kerb Connect and what it does. And feel free to reach out with any further questions that you have or if you want to talk about anything.
Great. So now we will have our Symposium chair, Annabella, talk a little bit more about Symposium.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Annabella, and thank you for the introduction, Ananya. I wanted to talk a little bit about the current event, so what Symposium does, and also how you could get involved. So Symposium is responsible for fewer events, so like not as many as Kerb Connects and the like, but we have 3 main events that go on throughout the year. So first is one that goes on in the fall. It's Fall Forum, and that is an opportunity for students to present research that they've been working on, and we have a competition aspect to it. So there are like awards, and there is a poster presentation, and often we have a lot of speakers come in. We also have 2 events that usually happen in the spring, and one is the Humanities Showcase, which is where we have a multifaceted, almost interdisciplinary look at all the humanities aspects of research. And we have a number of different presentations with that in mind. And then we also have the Spring Symposium, which is really just the spring version of the Fall Forum, where we have poster presentations and people are able to share their research, and there's again judging and awards for that event. And the Spring Symposium is actually the largest undergraduate research event at Cornell, so it's a very exciting experience. With regards to recruitment, if you're curious about perhaps joining the Symposium committee, I would say that we're looking for people with a wide variety of backgrounds. Even if you weren't involved with research in the past, but if you want to get involved with research, this is a really great way to get to know some of the later stages in research. So so you'll be dealing with like judging, and also dealing with like how to evaluate and incorporate all the different aspects of research once you're already involved. It has to do Yes, so it has to do with all of those things. If you're organized and you love working with other people and just planning these big events, this is definitely the committee for you. And also, if you're interested in perhaps participating in one of our Symposium events, even if you're an incoming freshman, you are welcome to. We will be coming out with more information within the next 2 weeks about how exactly you might be able to do that. But even if you haven't participated in research in the past per se, or if you aren't currently involved with research, we are opening up different categories for the Fall Forum in order to account for the recent stagnancy in research in light of the COVID pandemic. And so we will have categories where you can do like literature reviews and just literature analyses and the like from a variety of fields, but you can still participate in Symposium. So information will be rolling out the week of classes. So the week classes begin, which is next week. And then you will be able to learn more about just what research we're looking for in general to present, and also like how you might be able to get involved with the upcoming Fall Forum. Feel free to just keep an eye out for that. And we're looking forward to you getting involved. Thank you.
Great, thanks, Annabella. So now we'll have Daniel talk a little bit more about Kerbex.
Hi guys, my name's Daniel. Thank you for the introduction, Ananya. So Kerbex is one of the large research conferences that Kerb hosts throughout the year. Kerbex is it's a biannual TEDx-style conference that seeks to provide a forum for the presentation and discussion of like frontier research being done at Cornell by undergraduate students. So this research spans from like biological, chemical, and physical sciences to studies in liberal arts, including like sociology, psychology, political sciences even. And Kerbex is a selective review process for who can present at our conference. So we release an application form to the undergraduate research community at Cornell, and students submit their work for us to review. And being that this is an exclusive research forum, we only select 5 final individuals to present their research at Kerbex. Not only is this a great opportunity for young researchers to get experience presenting to a large crowd, but it's also an impressive achievement to talk about in future interviews or on a resume. Being one of the large research forums, one of the largest research forums that the Cornell community hosts, it's important that the biannual event is planned with great attention to detail each semester. So in an applicant, we are looking for students who are not only driven and very committed to our goals, but also, most importantly, willing to think outside the box in this new age of challenges that we'll face with an online research forum. So we'll be taking about 2 to 3 people for our committee this year. Personally, I joined Kerbex committee in the fall of my freshman year, so definitely don't be discouraged from applying, even if you're new to the school. This year we plan on running the entire Kerbex conference virtually, so even though it's not ideal, it'll maintain the same core aspects of Kerbex and will allow a much greater audience to attend the event. Yeah, thank you guys, and I hope to see you guys apply for Kerbex or at our event in October.
Awesome. So now we will have Lizzy talk a little bit about our grad student panel event and the outreach committee.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lizzy, and can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I am a sophomore. My major is Human Biology, Health and Society in HUMEC, and I am the co-chair of the outreach committee with Jen. And basically, the outreach committee focuses on promoting the research done at Cornell to communities beyond our campus and to also inspire younger generations. Our mission is to evoke a passion for science and or research in young students, families, and parents in Ithaca. We hold monthly trips to the Science Center where we do interactive experiments with young students based on a theme. For example, last year we held a Science Center event called Whatever Floats Your Boat, where the experiments surrounded the topic of buoyancy. And despite COVID, we still hope to hold these events virtually. We also hold an event called In Your Own Backyard. This is normally held at the Tompkins Library, and it's open to the general public. At this event, we have grad students talk about research that is relevant to the general public. This year's theme is sustainability. While we work off campus, we also try to act as a resource for undergraduate students at Cornell with our grad student panel, where students will get to hear about the grad school application process and the experiences that these grad students have had while studying and researching. Because most, if not all, of our events are going to be done virtually this year, we want to hold events more frequently. So we are looking for 1 to 2 more people who are creative and can bring new ideas on ways we can reach out into the Ithaca community without having to physically interact with them. We are also looking for someone who is organized, collaborative, and a great communicator, as we are a smaller committee. If you have experience working with children and or experience in community service, those are also beneficial qualities. We're a small committee, but we all get along really well, so we would love new people to join us. As for our goals this semester and year, we hope to continue to improve on previous events that were held last year, such as the Science Center and In Your Own Backyard. And we hope to increase the interactivity and audience turnout as well. And we hope to make our events equally as fun and engaging despite them being virtual. And lastly, we hope to not only expand our committee by adding new members, but also our ideas and discussion to organize more events that would be useful to both Cornell and Ithaca at large.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lizzy. So now we'll have Coma talk a little bit about publicity and how to reach us and how to see what we're up to.
Yeah, hi, my name is Coma. I'm a sophomore in healthcare policy, and I'm super excited you guys are here. I know this is really intense, and I know that you guys are just freshmen, most of you. And I want to say welcome to Cornell, and we're so glad that you're here. And I'm publicity chair, so we work with almost every area of CURB, and that's really why we're special, is that we kind of reach out to every part of Cornell, everyone that is involved with Cornell, and you get to really reach out to professors, organizations, and like any speakers or anyone that you want to come in. So right now, publicity has kind of a wide berth with what we do, and if you guys have seen any of our graphics on our Instagram or Facebook or anything, that's been all publicity, so we hope you guys like it. But we're also making a video this year, so if you guys have any video experience, we would love that. And if you guys have any website experience as well, that would be so great. And just know, like, I know it seems daunting right now to like get involved with CURB and like all of that, but it's super easy to get involved with CURB, especially with all the committees that we have. And like especially like publicity, like I came in not having research like into CURB, and it was super it was great for me, and like I didn't feel like I was out of my league. I didn't feel like anything. So if you guys don't have research, that's absolutely okay, and especially like for publicity, that's absolutely okay. We're not looking for like everyone to have like hardcore research. We know that you guys are freshmen, and we know that you guys are just coming into Cornell, especially because we're in the middle of a pandemic. We totally get it. We get that you guys are busy. So yeah, publicity also works with lots of different organizations. We also want to reiterate that we're not just like a STEM-based organization. We are definitely humanities-based, and like any area of Cornell that you guys can think of, people are doing research in it. And like it might not seem like people are doing research in like the humanities when you first look at it, but publicity is definitely dedicated to like making sure that we're covering like every area of research and making sure that we are like giving everyone an equal opportunity. So definitely look to applying for publicity this year, and we're super excited to have you guys.
Awesome. Thank you, Coma. So unfortunately, our treasurer or our finance chair was unable to make it with us today, but Nick has some information about that.
Yeah, thanks, Ananya. Yeah, so I'll talk a little bit about what the Finance Committee does and what we're looking for in a candidate. So the Finance Committee on CURB is concerned with making sure that CURB is able to hold all of its incredible events, providing an avenue for students to showcase their work and develop their academic passions. Finance is involved with all the other committees, and our job is to facilitate cohesion and fluidity among all of our events. So specifically, we work to raise money for CURB's budget and serve as the connection between the club and Cornell's finances. Transparency by the Finance Committee is crucial for CURB's success. We're looking for individuals with attention to detail and strong time management skills, as their work includes reminding all other committees of financial deadlines and making sure all the paperwork is filed in the right place at the right time. The recruitment process will involve assessing your ability to interact professionally and confidently with a variety of organizations and ability to stay on top of your work. But the most important factor in recruitment for finance is a strong passion for the financial work and a desire to learn more about it. No prior experience or management of finances is required. In fact, even the Student Activities Funding Commission, which is the organization that manages all student organizations' money, or SAFC, is going to be very different this semester due to the pandemic. So we'll all have to be relearning the logistics anyway. And we're really excited to witness the talent and passion of our prospective members, and we look forward to communicating with you in the near future. So our goals specifically for this semester will be procuring capital from the Cornell colleges as well as from corporate sponsors. We're looking to enter the next tier of SAFC funding, meaning that if we spend enough money and find enough money, then we can get more funding in future years, which would be really great. We're also going to make sure that all the committees are able to adapt fluidly to the changes due to the whole COVID-19 situation, and that the financial burdens can be alleviated so the committees don't have to worry about those details and can focus on organizing fantastic events.
Awesome. So hopefully some of these committees sounded amazing to you, or you're interested in applying. So we're actually going to have Emily talk a little bit more about the recruitment process.
Hi, everyone. I'm Emily. I'm a senior in the College of Arts and Sciences, double majoring in psychology and music. And in my research, I combine both of those and study why we like music and how music brings us together. So I'm just going to talk about the recruitment process a little more generally and kind of try to answer some of your questions before the Q&A. So first of all, I know we've mentioned our listserv already, but let me just go over that again. So if you want to stay connected with Kerb and receive emails about research opportunities and events on campus, you can join Kerb as a G-body or like general body member. So this just pretty much means that you sign up for a listserv and you get emails every week. And we'll be sending the link for that as we already have, but if someone can just send that again in the chat, if you just are tuning in, that would be great. So if you want to get even more involved in Kerb, we're going to be accepting applications for both our peer mentorship program and the executive board. So you heard from Victoria about the peer mentorship program and all of our other chairs about their committees on the e-board. You do not need research experience to be on the e-board. Certainly, I know a lot of the chairs have said that, and a lot of the people on our e-board joined as a freshman or sophomore without any research experience. I personally joined my sophomore year. I was a transfer, and I hadn't done any research before that. We're really just looking for people with great ideas, potential, and passion, and we really want to see you grow as a member of the e-board. That being said, e-board is awesome. I'm also the social chair. In addition to being the recruitment chair, we're really like a family and we do a lot of fun social events. We have a lot of fun virtual events planned for this semester, but in normal times we also have events like dinners, date parties, and paint nights. Applications open on August 24th, so that's this coming Monday. And if you join our listserv, then we'll send that to you, and they will close on September 19th. Then after applications close, we will be in touch if we want to interview you.
Great. Okay, so we will now begin our Q&A. So I'm going to give it back over to Victoria, who's going to help moderate this whole Q&A session. If you have any questions, feel free to send them in the chat. We will now address them verbally, as well as address some questions. If you want to send them anonymously, as mentioned earlier, you can send them directly to Victoria, who is marked as the host when you change who you want to send your chat message to.
All right, thank you, Nanya. So we've gotten a lot of questions so far. First, I am going to ask, what kind of research opportunities are available for humanities majors? So does anyone want to take that?
Yeah, I can take this. So I personally do research in the psychology department, but with like a music focus, as I just like kind of mentioned. And a lot of the humanities research is very, it's not really a lab, it's more of you doing independent research with a professor. So I meet with my advisor, who's also my like PI, principal investigator, every week, and I conduct independent projects. So it's a really close, like intimate relationship. And the way that I got involved in this research is by taking a class with this professor and eventually like developing a strong relationship with her through office hours and doing an independent project for her class. And then she asked me if I wanted to do research with her the next semester. So for humanities research, I would really say that you should reach out to professors if you have a project idea in mind, or if you just want to talk about their research. Professors love talking about their research with students.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Emily. I just want to add on to that. So the peer mentorship program also is a really great way to get involved in humanities research, as well as any other field. But we do have mentors who have done humanities research for the past few semesters or years and are really experienced and willing to help you find some of these experiences and research positions that are very different from those in STEM. So if you're really looking to get that specific guidance, PMP is a great way to go.
Thank you. All right, our next question is Kerb the only or main way to get into research? No. However, this is a very, very facilitated way to get into research, because with all our resources, we are preventing students from committing the many errors that students make when they try to email professors, when they try to build a resume, when they try to do that. And that's really where the peer mentorship program will make sure you don't do that. So we really do recommend, that's the whole reason why we have this program, because a lot of people think they know what they're doing getting into research. And frankly, with this large research institution, you have many very well-known professors, well advanced in their fields, and you have 50 students emailing each one. What's going to make them pick you? So the peer mentorship program is helping each student, along with the mentors, help that student really understand how to truly get into a position that's right for them, as well as appropriately and effectively grabbing the attention of the really well-known professors that are here at Cornell. So the answer is no. You could do cold emails, whatever. But we do have a couple other programs like the Humanities Scholars Program. We have the Office of Academic Diversity Initiatives Research Scholars Program. So that's for minority students or economically disadvantaged students. We have the Rawlings Cornell Presidential Research Scholars Program. So if you didn't get in your freshman year through the admissions process when you applied for undergrad here, you can apply at the end of your sophomore year for admission into the fall of your junior year, and that's another way you can get involved. But a lot of those programs require that you've already been part of a lab, and that's where the peer mentorship program will help you with that.
Yeah, kind of piggying back on that idea, the biggest idea with Kerb is that we've collected a lot of those resources for you, not just in PMP, but in all of our committees, in order to help you further your undergraduate research career here at Cornell. And because we've kind of had the trial and error, we know the ins and outs of a lot of the departments, presentations, being able to, because it's so well known on campus, even professors understand the major role that Kerb plays here on our undergraduate research community. So again, it's not the only way to get into research. It's not the only way to present your research, but it's one of the ways that a lot of students have found a lot of success, because we've gathered a lot of those resources, tips, and skills in one location. So it is truly up to you, but we highly encourage that you guys take advantage of what we have to offer.
Thank you.